G'day YouTube, welcome back to my channel. This is David from bonsaiworx, worx WRX spelt. I've got an Instagram account now, finally joined Instagram on bonsaiworx, bonsai and then worx WRX. So if you ever want to see me on there, go for it. I'm just started, so I'm a bit of a novice at it, but I'll just post up pictures and short little videos here and there and so on. But I still do YouTube, and that's my main focus. I pretty much try and put up a video every second day. I'll do my best. Now that that's out of the way, now I'm not sure how this video is going to turn out. I've tried to show you something quite big and different. This is it's that big that I can't even show you the base, and it's a decent size height. Like that's the middle tree, and there's a huge tree out to this side as well. But maybe I'll just have to adjust the camera slowly just so you can see the base. So at the base there's three trunks. They're pretty much fused together. They're quite old. They're quite old. They're 30 plus year old from seed. 30 plus year old from seed. They came from an old owner who just had this in a pot in the ground for years and years. Didn't really do much, and I've just got it healthy again and getting it recovered. I was planning to leave this for international when they come out, an international demonstrator when they come out. Now with COVID, I'm not sure when that's even going to be possible again, but we're hoping Australia gets opened up at least mid next year, which will mean mid 2021 hopefully we'll be open again, and Bjorn will be able to come back to Australia and work on workshops with us and demonstrations, etc. So I'm hoping that all happens. We'll see, I guess. But in the meantime, these three trees I was planning to do a workshop with Bjorn. A lot of work, a lot of effort, but I need to correct a problem. Now, this trunk, you can probably see it's the skinniest and smallest. This is the middle trunk, which is about the medium size. You can quite clearly see the difference in thickness in that and that. But then we've got a big, huge trunk out here. Problem is, biggest trunk kind of needs to be more centered, not fallen all the way over there. Now, the only possible thinking I need to bring this closer to these trees. It's a no-brainer, and that's what I think needs to happen regardless. I could put these that way, or I bring that one this way. What I'm envisioning for this tree now, I had another look at it. It's good to come up with some ideas, but if I try and do this, let me go this side. Let's see how this goes. I'm not sure it's going to get working really well, but we'll try. I'm just going to give you an idea of what I'm thinking. Let's see how that comes up in camera. By bringing this up more upright and having these a bit more this way, I want to build a tree that's the main strong trees on this side of the group. We'll have shorter branches on this side, and be kind of moving all in this direction with a middle tree in there, and this smaller tree kind of even further out this way. So everything's going to be moving in this direction, with the biggest tree, then the medium, and then the small. So that's what I envision for this group. Hope you guys can picture that. It's really that's the best way I can describe it without doing any of the work, which I don't really want to do. I just want to try and start to position the trunks in the spots that need to happen. So they're quite flexible. You can see how flexible that is. But at the base, they're pretty much rock solid. So my plan is to somehow move this one more about into this spot rather than in this spot. Now, the way we do that. Okay, now you've got to be able to. I can't wire this to this trunk. This trunk will bend. The only way I can try and move this across is trying to have something to tie it up against. Now, I'm going to try a technique. We don't need this anymore. Bring this back down. Where we're going to use a metal bar to try and bring this along. So what I need somewhere to tie this metal bar in, so that when I tie the tree up to this, I can pull the tree against the metal bar without damaging any trunks, breaking anything, and all the pressures on the metal bar. So you need some way to bury this in. So usually it goes into the ground somewhere, and has something braced against it. So I'm at the moment, because I want to bring this tree all the way this way, I need to have some sort of brace on this side. So I'm thinking to brace, I don't know if you can see that, but I'm going to put this, what I'm thinking is putting this metal bar between the pot and this trunk at the back. So it's going to go in there somewhere, and I'm going to go bury it inside there, and I'm going to see if that works to brace the tree. So once I've got that braced, then I should be able to get a wire, tie that tree to there, and start to crank it this way, hopefully bringing it up and putting it in a position around in here somewhere. So let's give it a go. I'm just going to grab a hammer and we'll see if it works. So just lightly push that into there. I'm going to try and maybe bring the camera in a bit more. Let's see, that might be a bit better. So I'm thinking it needs to, because if I bury it there, it's going to go in between the pot and this trunk. I'll protect the trunk with some bit of rubber just behind it, so it'll be okay. So let me just try and. That's pretty much at the bottom of the pot. This is a mica pot, so it's a hard plastic, so no problems there trying to breaking it or anything. Just going to try and put this in between that gap. Now, when I'm hoping, when I pull this tree, there's enough support there, enough support there on that to be able to bring this across. Now we're going to try it and see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to get some wire. I'll definitely use copper for here, and let me try and figure out a place along this trunk we can pull it. Might need to have a couple to bring it across slowly, but we'll see how that goes. All right, everyone. So you probably see the wire that I've just put along there. I've anchored the. Oh, you probably can't see that bit. Let me just do that. I've had to anchor. I put a bit of hosing around the wire, and it actually wraps around the trunk. There's a branch here that it's wrapped around where that branch is in the trunk, so it gives it a bit more support. It's not a bad spot right about there in the middle. I really couldn't put anything around here, and I didn't want to put on a dead piece of wood as well. So I wanted to move that out of the way. Didn't want to put it there because it'll probably snap it, but it's just there. Should be in a good spot. Now I want to try and get it into there somewhere. Okay, that's the aim. Let's give it a go. I don't know if it's going to work, but we'll try. I'll just use my pliers. I've got gin pliers at the moment. It'd be awesome if I had two people to do this job, but I'm on my own, so I'm just going to slowly twist this around. So, really good if I had someone to help me, but we'll try. Might need someone to give me a hand, actually. This is going to be a bit trickier than I thought it would be. Once I establish it, I should be able to start to pull it around and around. Okay, slowly. It's a very slow process. All right. What I'll do is I'll do a little bit. This will take me a little bit of time to get there, but I'll put a time lapse on it just to show you how it comes together quite well. So I've got a one wire here now. Maybe I'll change it to a bit higher, but I want to get the base moved up as much as I can before anything else. So we're going to keep trying that, okay? Alright, so you saw something probably quite hilarious on the camera with my legs trying to brace and push against it and try and stick myself. It was difficult on your own. It's very difficult on your own doing this, but it's doable. But it would have been quite hilarious, I think. I haven't even watched the video yet, but I'm sure it'll be quite funny to watch again. What I just want to show you is I had to put another bar in that's a bit higher to give me more leverage. And you can see me bracing my leg against that to be able to brace this side, pull on that side, and then wire at the same time. So it was quite hard to do it on your own. But if you got another person, this would have been an easy, very easy job. I still want to get it more across. Still need to be a bit closer to this trunk. We're getting there. I mean, even if I tilt this over, it'll look quite good already, but I think it just needs to come a little bit more. So I've given it about 5-minute break just to get that settled. I put a lower wire here that just braces. It's just holding where the trunk is in case anything. That should loosen slowly as I pull this more, but this is more of a I'm just bracing it now at that point, just so I can keep it tight. If I keep going there, I'll tighten this up, then I'll tighten that one, tighten this one, tighten that one, just so I can have it at the right, so I can get this close as much as I can. So it's just a brace. Yeah, let's see if I can keep going and pull this across more. I just probably wanted it a bit more about here. It needs to go a bit more, double that. So it's come a long way from where it was, and it hasn't lifted the soil or anything like that, so that's good. So it's moving at the right spot. Yeah, we'll just keep cranking it away and see if we can get a bit further along. Okay, I'll do a time lapse. All right, everyone. So that was quite a very difficult exercise on your own, but you can see how far we've come. How far this trunk has come. So I'm going to stop the video camera anyway, videoing that anyway, but I'm going to keep going a little bit more. I really wanted to get a bit more. I just didn't want the spacings now, even though this one is at the back, it's more towards the back, this one's in the front a bit more, and this one's even more front, which is good. The biggest trunk in the front, which is fine, but still if you look at it from there, the widths here are kind of getting very uniform, about the same. So I don't like that. I want probably this trunk and this trunk. I want to get this. Well, I'm just trying to think, should I get this trunk closer to this trunk or this trunk closer to this trunk? So I just want to play around with which one's going to be closer to which one. So that's the only thing I'm thinking. But I'm really happy with the spread. I might as I said, I might tighten it a little bit more. I've had to use 2 bars. But that's okay, I'll pull one out soon. I'll pull out the big one and leave that one in. So it acts as obviously something to tie against. And I think within 6 months should be okay. Should be pretty much held in that place because it's early spring, mid-spring here. By the time summer hits, when it really starts to explode growth, then it should really start to hold its position in that new position. So it's got a bit of a kind of a loopy bit, which I'm not a huge fan of, but if we think about how this tree is going to be placed a bit more at an angle like that, moving that way, it should actually be okay. So let me just remind you the position I was thinking. Flowing all in that direction, all these trunks will be kind of bent around a little bit more going in that direction, so should actually be okay. But yeah, looking at the trunks, there's a lot of foliage, lots of things we've got to cut off, but for now, that's that. So that's how we use metal bars and on your own to try and bend trunks and bend this all the way. So that came from a very, very long way into that position now. And I did give little breaks here and there whilst I was doing it. So anyway, that was a bit of fun on my own. I'm sure you guys would have a laugh at my sexy hairy legs whilst I was doing that. So not dressed for the occasion to do this, but oh well, it is what it is. Alright guys, see you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed that. Bye.